Aw, yeah. Hey everybody, it's QuiteGoneJin here. You know, it's been a while since we've had a discussion, and it's about that time, so let's get into it. Before I get started though, pre-apologies for the cold. It's one of the reasons why I haven't been uploading too seriously in the last 4 or 5 days. I am on the tail end of fighting a pretty bad sinus cold, hence the sniffling and the stuffed up sound and the change in the voice, and it's kind of gross. But I came across something recently about MMOs, and I wanted to discuss it with you guys and get your thoughts. Now, it seems to be that recently character customization has fallen off the map as far as importance when it comes to MMOs. Now, when researching this, I started looking, I was looking to Black Desert Online and noticing that you can make your character look like anybody or anything, and everybody was ranting and raving about that, but that's not what I mean by character customization. I believe that's character creation, not character customization. Now, what's the difference? This is the discussion. The difference being that character creation, you can make your character look like anything. So if you want to go way back to one of the greatest games ever when it comes to character customization, you'd have to go back to City of Heroes Online. It was comic booky, and so you had the option to look like any superhero in any way, shape, or form, robotic, ninja, spandex, tough guy with regular military clothes, whatever, and different shapes like Hulk size or skinny size or little kid size, or tall and skinny, whatever, and every color. And not only that, but you could even change your particle effects that would happen around your character. So if you wanted to say, yes, I wanted my lasers to shoot out of my hand, you could do that. I wanted them to shoot out of my eyes, I could do that. I wanted them to look like fire, I wanted it to look like a blue purple laser, whatever. That, I believe, is character creation, and it is wonderful to have lots of options when it comes to character creation, but that wears off. It wears off. It might not wear off to the point of negativity where you just don't like what your character looks like anymore, but it will wear off to the point of you don't really think about it anymore. Maybe until someone runs into you and says, oh, what you've created looks kind of cool, I like it. And then you have a quick thank you conversation, and then you move on. But character customization, for me, is completely different in the way that it is more important. I think I can hear it's spring, guys. Today is the first day of spring, and it just happens to have just recently been St. Paddy's Day. And considering I am very Irish, and I have a very Irish first name, I won't share it with you, but I'm sure you can guess, I thought I'd wear the shirt. So let's get back to it. I miss games, MMOs specifically, where you can make your character play the way you want to. Not look the way you want to, but play the way you want to. If you wanted to be stealthy and use a specific weapon, you could do that. If you wanted to be tanky and use a specific weapon, you could do that. If you wanted to specialize in one particular ability, you could do that. And it doesn't seem that MMOs are going that route anymore. The last time I really felt that way was back in the day with games like Shadowbane. WildStar did okay with it because every character you created had 2 different branching arches that they could go to. So an example would be the Stalker was the stealther character, but he could be a tanky stalker, or he could be an assassin stalker. And then you could sort of go from there, whether you want it to be area of effect or single target, but not to the extent of Shadowbane. Also, shout out to Swoder. You could also have those 2 different ways of branching off your characters from your class as well. But I think that MMOs need to get back to a classless feel. So games where your abilities are based on something completely different than a preordained class with a preordained tree where you have like 1 of 3 options. So we keep going back to Shadowbane, but that was my big game when it comes to customization. Shadowbane allowed you to pick a class, let's say a assassin, and you could be either caster or melee. But from there, you could choose where your skill points went. You could choose where your statistic points went into your character's stats like strength, dexterity, constitution, etc. And you can also choose your race. So if you're choosing your race that has special attributes, and you're choosing your stats, which decided whether you're going to be tanky or fast or have high burst or whatever, and then you can also put skill points into what weapons you wanted to use and what spells you wanted to specialize in, and then you can also choose your subclasses. You have multiple choices of 3 You can choose 3 of multiple choices, I should say. So you would end up with a character very much your own. And a small shout out to their strength system. In this particular game, if you had really high strength, your character was bigger. So once in a while you would run into a character that normally wouldn't be strength based, but it was massive, and you realized it was strength based because of how big it was. So my main point is, I don't know of any MMOs nowadays where you don't run into a class and go, okay, he's one of these 3 options. In World of Warcraft, in the time that I did play it ages ago, Lich King was like the last time I actually logged into that game. If you ran into a rogue that had daggers, you knew it was going to be one of 2 options. I don't like that. I want the character to feel very much my own, and I want to be able to make something broken. And I want to harken back to the first time I played an online game. It was called Neverwinter Nights, and it was a offline RPG that had an online element where you can create your own worlds, and a small amount of people could log onto your computer as a server that you would create and play your world. Now, I think it was initially made for PvE purposes, so you can create a story, player versus environment. So you can create a story and people can come in and play on your story. But some people made PvP environments, like the Dark Sun online community that I played with, and it turned very interesting because in this particular game you could choose up to 3 classes and split your characters 20 levels amongst those 3 classes. So 10 of this, 3 of that, 2 of that, whatever, and you would get the passives of each class, and you would make something very interesting in your own. And then once in a while on this PvP server, someone would make something completely broken. We had someone make a druid combination that basically threw these 2 interesting spells. One would lock you down and another one would shoot a whole bunch of blade barriers up through the ground, and you couldn't move and it would just stab you to death. And that thing stayed on top and was very powerful and scary until someone created a counter to it, and they had to use their own ingenuity to do so. And this is called Flavor of the Month, and in a PvP MMO game that has a lot of customization, you don't need to have the developers add freshness to the PvP, because the players do it by creating a new flavor of the month and then creating a new one and creating a new one and so on and so forth. And these player character creations become something honorable and something interesting all their own, and something people look forward to creating. Now, this just sort of spirals a PvP community into having their own content. If you take that kind of freedom where a character, sure, you can break your character in the way that it would be broken and shitty. Like, oh, I have this great idea, I think I'm going to do it, and you level it up and you find out it's garbage and it doesn't work. Too bad. But you can also go the opposite aspect too. Now, if you take that kind of freedom in character customization and you also add in a world where there's resource management, and where when you lose something, you actually lose something. So when you die, you feel a loss, you lose your stuff, or you lose experience, or you lose money, or you even lose your home. There's a lot of tension involved, and people will be sitting in their chairs and sweating when they get attacked. This is what I miss, and it all spirals into one of my other bigger videos where I talk about why I don't play MMOs anymore. And I just wanted to differentiate the difference between character customization and character creation freedom. Character creation freedom is nice, but it wears off, and I don't care about it as much. Character customization is still not found enough in video games, and I want more of it. So that's it. Again, apologies for the voice. I hope you guys have yourself a great weekend. I went and saw some good movies this week, and I just wanted to say a shout out to Deadpool, because I saw it so many times, but also Daredevil, fantastic. While sick, I got to Netflix and not chill and watched all of Daredevil over the last couple days, so if you get a chance to check that shit out. This is just me rambling, so I'll probably cut this short. Anyway, guys, have yourself a great day, thanks kindly, and let me know what you think about character creation freedom versus character customization, which is more important to you. And if you know of an MMO you think I would like, by all means, send it my way, because I am itching to play one. Thanks kindly, have yourself a great day. It's QuiteGoneJin saying bye-bye. On the left, a full review of Blood Alloy Reborn, and on the right, my farewell to GameTrailers.com.